Schizos are able to know psychos on an instinctual level and suss them out in a way that most normies never could. Thus, there is a constant demoralization campaign against schizos from the tyrant psychos who seek to use the overall population against their greatest natural enemy. There's a silent war happening between psychos and schizos. The population for both are very small, but one group is more likely to become CEOs and the other is more likely to become homeless. Schizos are good at pattern recognition and can notice the psychos. Normies aren't as good at detecting psychos, and psychos relish it and dominate them because of this.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Yes, it's all about how to handle the sheep. A lot of people want to be sheep. They don't want autonomy. People want to be controlled. They want a shepherd. If you want to be a sheep to psychopaths, go ahead. I don't want to hear it here. Same shit that we've heard 1,000 times and debunked, but yet they still keep saying it. I've heard all your dumb arguments. We were raised with this bullshit. Elementary school, middle school, high school, college, all of it. It's bullshit. It's like they act like we're the crazy people. You sound so fucking stupid when you talk flat earth. 8 inches per mile squared? That's stupid. And no, it isn't. That's the equation of the curve of the alleged globe. There is no curve. There's literally no curve. It doesn't exist. It's not real. And that terrifies a certain type of human being. I just don't feel that. And so then they'll just latch on to anything that allows them to stay in the lie. It is a lie. You have to be fucking at this point to not see that no one played golf on the moon and broke the technology and can't return. Those are the childlike lies of a psychopath, okay? That's not even close to a sophisticated lie. Not even close. All such a low-level psychopathy. It's such low-level lies. Think an abstract thought. Without commitment, you just think. Some people can't do that. Some people are incapable of abstract thought. Can't you just think? Can't you just ponder? They can't. I've looked myself into the nature of this reality, and it is not a spinning ball. Every single proof they give shows it can't be. My whole childhood, because I have a memory, I'm not a broken sheep. I'm not a goldfish. They told me that the boat goes over the curve, and that's why you can only see the mast and all that. They said that. They did not say that was because the fucking light bent. They gave me one lie, and then I said, well, I can see it now. I can zoom it in. Oh, the light bent. So it never was the curve then. It was one of the main things they said. I now completely understand how that illusion works. The technology has outpaced the lie. With a P900 camera, you can zoom in and you see it plain as day, 50 miles away, no curve whatsoever. Oh, the light bends. It's an optical, the light bends. No, when I was a kid, you never said the fucking light bent. You said that was the curve. Well, now, oh, so in the 1990s, you didn't know? So show me where you guys learned that it wasn't a curve, that it's actually because the light bends. Like, it's like when you call out finance or whatever, finance. You're crazy, you're insane, you're crazy, you should be in a mental institution. Why? Everything that we see looks like we're on a flat, not moving plane. All ancient religions think we're on including Christianity, believes we're on a flat, not moving plane. So I have to trust the people telling me we're not, and they have to have an argument that makes logical sense, which they don't and they never have. And it's the reaction shows the lie. Ha 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 ha. They're so stupid. Ha 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 ha. They're so crazy. You make yourself look really dumb when you say that. I'm like, of all the things that makes you react with such vitriol, ego, intensity, it shouldn't matter at all to people. Oh, it just makes you sound totally insane. No, that reaction showed me that there's truth to it. What's seen as crazy is just looking around and saying, okay, my eyes tell me this is not a curve. Why wouldn't someone trust their eyes and their ears and their hands and their nose and their mouth and their logic? I go up in a plane, I don't see a curve. They go up 120,000 feet, I don't see a curve. I see fisheye lenses. Okay, I can do math. I can do experiments with a P900 camera. I don't think it looks like a spinning ball. Okay, I have to trust scientists, and I know they're lying. They lie all the time. Their information keeps coming back false. snipers have to factor in the Coriolis effect. No, they don't. I'm friends with a ton of snipers. Most snipers I know are flat earthers. There's nothing in the cockpit that factors in the curve of the earth. Zero, nothing. But what about satellites? Satellites are bullshit. Why do you lose cell connection in a valley? Well, cell connections from cell towers, not satellites. They triangulated it. If you could make a fucking phone call from the moon in 1969, why do I lose reception on my property based on mountains? Huh? Doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, they can't explain it without just going, well, the satellite beams it down to the tower, and then the tower will broadcast, and then, no, or it's just towers. Why don't more satellites get hit by space junk? The amount of space junk, the amount of just anything in orbit, screws, anything. Any one of those things going 10,000 miles an hour, that's way faster than any bullet. And if it just grazes a satellite, that satellite will need to be repaired. How do you bring it to Earth? How do you crash it to Earth? And you set up another one? How often does that happen? How many times do we have to replace the satellite since the Cold War? None? This is the problem with psychopathic liars. They'll say a lie to sell one thing, to get something, and then they'll sell a contradictory lie to get something else. And then when you, the non-psychopath, says, well, how can those two things exist simultaneously? Like they said that the Earth is surrounded by space junk. That tens of thousands of miles an hour, there's little screws and doodads flying everywhere. Okay, so then how is there the ISS then? I don't think there's one grain of space junk up there because I don't believe in orbits. Do I think that there's things in the sky moving over us? Yes. Yes, I do. They have drones, balloons, huge network up there. Do I think they're going 15,000 miles an hour so they fall with the gravity of the Earth and they stay there for decades without needing any maintenance or running into space junk or any particles and destroying them, and their fragile tech just keeps working and broadcasting things? No, of course not. That's
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Do you think that in 1969 they landed on the moon and played golf? Do you believe that? Why wouldn't you question more of the things they said? Why would you believe anything else they say? Especially when you can identify gaslighting.